Hi, today we're doing 17.1C notes, part 2, where we're going to draw and label special angles in all quadrants. So let's just do a mini review. Right here is where we start from. It's the positive x-axis. That's going to be 0 degrees, and then we're going to rotate around. One trip around an entire circle is 360 degrees. If you go halfway around the circle and only end up here, that's 180 degrees. Now, halfway in between 0 and 180 gets you right up here, which is 90 degrees, which if you look down here, that would be a right angle. Right angles are 90 degrees. So we have 0, 90 degrees, 180 degrees. To figure out this, we can just see there's another right angle there. So 180 plus another 90 is 270 degrees, and then plus that other 90 gets me back to 360. Now, if this part right here, if this total angle is 90 degrees, halfway is 45 degrees. So 0, then halfway is 45, the other half is 90, then we're going to add 45 there. 90 plus 45 is 135, plus another 45 is 180, plus another 45 is 225, plus another 45 is 270, plus another 45 is 315, plus another 45 is 360. Okay, next ones are these lines right here. So if you notice, if I ignore that middle line right there, these are 3 equal pieces. So if I take 90 and divide it by 3, I would get 30 degrees. So this slice is 30. This next slice, again, ignoring that 45 degree angle, that slice right there, is another 30, and 30 plus 30 is 60, and then 90. And then I'm going to keep adding 30 degrees all the way around to get these other angles. 90 plus 30 is 120, 150, 180, 210, plus another 30 is 240, 30, 300, plus another is 330 degrees. Now, just so you know, the circle keeps going around and around. So if I get to 360, when I get here, what's 360 plus 30 degrees? That's 390 degrees. So when we would graph it, we would go all the way around, and then we would have this little spiral to show that we started at 0 and we took an extra trip around the circle before getting right back there. So these angles go on forever. So they just keep getting bigger and bigger. You're just taking more trips around the circle. Okay, so our task today is to just go ahead and graph the angles. So you can see this isn't a circle, but that's because those are just too tedious to draw when we're trying to do some quick math here. But you can see the y-axis and the x-axis there, and we can use that to our advantage. All of these are 90-degree angles. So if we're asked to graph 30 degrees, we know that's between 0 and 90 degrees, and it's 1/3 of the way. So you don't have to do this every time. I just like to show you guys real quick. So I would divide it into 3, and so this would be 30, then this would be 60, and that would be 90. So the angle I'm actually going to graph is this guy right here. Okay? Next one is 135. I know you can look up here, but try and do it without it. 90 degrees. It's in between 90 and 180. So the number 135 is in between those two. And you can either say, how far away is that? And that's 45 degrees away. So that's your clue that it's going right in the middle. So 135 actually starts over here at 0, and then it does 90 plus the other 45 to give us the 135. Okay, so that's how we would graph that angle. Next one is 240. So 240 is between 180 and 270. And these problems are all rigged to be special triangles because that's what we're working with. So I know that this one's going to be closer to 270 than it is to 180, just because it's a bigger number than 180 is relative to 270. So this goes 90 and then 180, and then it's 60 degrees past. How do I know it's 60? 240 minus 180 is 60 degrees. So I have to go 60 degrees past. So it's going to be, again, just showing you guys, if I cut this into 3 equal pieces, This is 30, then 60. So it's going to be this guy right here. All right. 315 is going to be between 270 degrees and 360 degrees. And it's going to be halfway. How do I know? What's 270 plus 45? It's 315. Or what's 315 minus 270? So that's 45. Feel free to use a calculator. So this one starts at 0 and goes 90, 180, 270, and then to get to 315 it has to bisect quadrant 4. Moving on, now we have 390 degrees. So 390 degrees, we know that this is 360, and 360 plus 90 is 450. Well, how much past 360 is 390? Well, let's just subtract it, so we get 30 degrees. So this goes all the way around the circle, and then it comes up 30 more degrees. So just a third of the way. Don't make that half because it's not halfway. Halfway would be more like that, and that's not a bisecting angle. Oh, 150 is in between 90 degrees and 180 degrees. So it's going to be 30 degrees away from 180, or you can think of it as 60 degrees past 190. So it's another one of those cut them in threes kind of triangle. Or angle, I should say. Ooh, 495 is huge. Okay, so we know this is bigger. One trip around is 360. And if I do 360 plus 90, that would be 450. And then 450 plus 90 is 540. So where exactly do you think it is? So this went all the way around the circle to get to 360. And then it's going to come, and because it ends in a 5 and these are rigged, I know it's going to bisect quadrant 2 right there. So there's 495, and it has that extra little spiral because it went beyond 360 degrees. Last one is 330. So this is 270 degrees, and this is 360 degrees. And that guy's just going to go and get 30 degrees away from 360. And that's it.